Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to explore a powerful spiritual discipline that often gets overlooked, fasting. Now, if you've ever fasted or thought about it, you probably know it involves a lot more than just going without food. Fasting is a deeply spiritual practice that can elevate your faith life in ways you might not expect. Fasting is all about drawing closer to God by removing distractions and focusing on Him. It's mentioned throughout the Bible as a way to humble ourselves before God, to seek His guidance, and to strengthen our relationship with Him. But the benefits of fasting go beyond just these things. Let's look at 8 ways fasting can elevate your faith life. And as I go through them, I'd love to hear your thoughts on fasting in the comments below. The first way fasting can elevate your faith is by helping you refocus on God. In a world filled with distractions, social media, work, constant notifications, fasting allows us to hit pause on those things and recenter our attention on God. It's a time to be still and listen. When we fast, we acknowledge that we need God more than anything else. How do you create space in your life to refocus on God? Fasting also teaches self-discipline. There's something incredibly powerful about denying ourselves something as basic as food for a greater spiritual purpose. When we fast, we train our minds and bodies to submit to God's will, not our own desires. People do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Have you found fasting to be a helpful way to build discipline in your spiritual life? Another way fasting can elevate your faith is by increasing your spiritual sensitivity. When we remove distractions and focus more intentionally on God, we start to hear His voice more clearly. Many times in the Bible, people fasted when they needed guidance or clarity. Fasting clears away the noise and helps us become more attuned to God's direction for our lives. What's been your experience with seeking clarity through fasting? Fasting is also a powerful tool for spiritual breakthrough. Whether it's overcoming temptation, breaking free from a habit, or seeking God's help in a difficult situation, fasting can strengthen your prayers. Some things can only be driven out by prayer and fasting. Have you ever experienced a breakthrough after a period of fasting? I'd love to hear your story. Another benefit of fasting is that it humbles us. In fasting, we acknowledge our dependence on God and realize that we can't do everything on our own. It reminds us of our need for God's strength. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up. Have you found fasting to be a humbling experience? Fasting also brings us closer to God in a personal way. It creates an intimate space where we're relying solely on Him. It's in these moments of fasting and prayer that we often experience the deepest spiritual connections. Have you ever felt especially close to God during a fast? And finally, fasting prepares us for spiritual battles. Life throws challenges at us every day, and fasting helps strengthen our faith muscles to fight those battles. Put on the full armor of God so that you can stand against the strategies of the devil. Fasting equips us to stay spiritually strong and stand firm in our faith. So, there you have it, 8 ways fasting can elevate your faith life. Whether you've fasted before or you're thinking about starting, I encourage you to give it a try and see how God moves in your life. Remember, fasting isn't just about abstaining from food. It's about focusing on God and allowing Him to work in powerful ways. What's your experience with fasting? I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories in the comments. Thank you for joining me today. If this video encouraged you or gave you some new insights, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep building this community of faith and support each other in our spiritual journeys. I can't wait to hear your stories and see you in the next video.